the Prime Minister, Andrew, is getting such a belting and a savaging, and very personal as well. Some of the abuse these days is attacked by premiers, Liberal and Labor, is attacked by the Labor Party itself, of course, in Parliament today, very vicious, again, very personal, attacked by the media, more really personal abuse. Now, I know he failed to get enough vaccines in time, although I have to say it was probably a very hard task anyway, and we had to beg overseas for them with the whole world wanting vaccines. But the rest of us, that is duck-shoving responsibility. There's all spin that he doesn't want to hold the hose, that is rude, and now that he used the F-bomb in an argument with the New South Wales Treasurer. How fair is all this criticism, and how much do you think it's getting to him?
Well, look, I think he doesn't mind a fight. So I think it's getting to him a bit, but it'll get to others more. He is kind of the victim of his own mistakes. To say it's not a race was stupid. To not do more on the vaccine front was a fault of him and his government, probably the Secretary of his Health Department. But I thought question time was over the top and the wrong tone from Federal Labor today. Anthony Albanese and Tony Burke. I just thought they went a bit too far with the mood of where people are at the moment. It just seemed like, well, Morrison called it a political game and it felt that way. And they've got to watch that. You know, they're sort of kicking him while he's down and they're used to the parliamentary brawling, and it's not like Morrison's ever spared them, and that's in the back of their minds. But, you know, there's an opportunity for a bit of statesmanship too, not like you're in Young Labor or yet the Young Libs. And some of these parliamentarians in Canberra, I think they forget that quite often, Andrew. Look, I think Scott Morrison deserves a lot of criticism. He's got a hole to dig himself out of, but he's done it before. And, you know, I mean, you underestimate him at your peril.
Yeah, and also think, for heaven's sake, you know, who's running the quarantine hotels? Who's imposing the lockdowns or not imposing them? Who's policing the lockdowns or not imposing or policing them properly? That's all the states. The states are doing all that. They make those calls.
Yes, but who was happy to let them make those calls? And that's where that duck-shoving accusation comes in. That's the problem he's created for himself again. He was happy to devolve a lot of the responsibilities. Eventually, he took on one, vaccination.
It's got no choice, Andrew. It's got no choice. What's it going to do? It's going to tell Dan Andrews, listen, you step aside, Dan Andrews, I'll manage Victoria now. He can't do that.
Well, he could manage quarantine. He could have managed quarantine. So there you go.
No, he can pay for it. He can pay for it. That's about it, I think.